love it so much.
I can't. Hi friends! Welcome back to our channel if you've seen our videos before, and if you are new, my name is Abby.
My name is Hope.
And we're the Disney Sisters.
Welcome to our first video in the month of March.
Woohoo!
Yay! Actually, technically yesterday was our first video, but that was our Disney on Broadway series. So if you haven't checked that out, we will leave a card right here. You can see this lady talk about some Broadway stuff. But because this is our first non-series video of March, we have an Irish backdrop. And we are both wearing green, and we are being over-the-top Irish today.
Yeah!
Yeah! Your shirt is green.
It is. It doesn't really look like it.
It's like a velvet green.
It's green if I like
it is.
Move around. Just looks so dark.
And I may or may not have shamrock earrings on.
If we're obnoxiously Irish today, just...
You're welcome. And we have our little dance girl back here. It's it's an American girl dressed as an Irish
Yes, it is.
In today's video, we are going to be sharing with you an Irish pin tag that we created, and we have titled it the St. Patrick's Day pin tag.
We have created 6 questions themed around St. Patrick's Day, and we want you to share 6 pins based on the questions.
Yes. So some of them are based on St. Patrick's Day as the holiday, and then some are based on like Irish things and just all the stuff that has to do with St. Patrick's Day. So if you do not know, I collect Irish and St. Patrick's Day pins, and I'm going to try my hardest to not share all like St. Patrick's Day pins, because I feel like that's kind of cheating, but so I really had to get creative with the rest of my collection here to answer these questions.
Yeah.
At the end of the video, we will tag the people that we want to do this tag, but we also tag you to do this if you would like. Without further ado, let's get into the first question.
Question 1. What's at the end of a rainbow?
A pin!
Show us a pin with a rainbow on it. So after your whole speech about not showing St. Patrick's Day pins...
Well, I said that was for me.
I'm showing a St. Patrick's Day pin because this was literally the only pin I could find with a rainbow on it. So, with straight up rainbow. Like, I have some that have
with
rainbow colors and stuff, and you're welcome to try that, but I thought I would just go with my rainbow. So this is my Figment St. Patrick's Day pin where he's dressed in a little green bow tie and a green top hat. And he's got a pot of gold that he's opened up and a rainbow's coming out of it. And the rainbow is super sparkly. And I love it. So yeah, this is the perfect pin for this answer. If I do say so myself.
So my pin for this answer, all that stuff I just said at the beginning is a bunch of hooey. Because I did not have a single rainbow pin, a pin with a rainbow on it, that was not in my St. Patrick's Day collection. So unfortunately, I've already broken my goal, but here it is. So the pin that I have to share is this Mickey Leprechaun pin. He is in front of a stained glass rainbow, and it says St. Patrick's Day 2004 on the bottom in a dangle element. And I just thought this was a really, really cool pin, and I love the fact that the rainbow is stained glass. So if you hold it up to light, you can actually see the colored light coming through. So I love this pin. Question 2, your luckiest pin find. So this is share a pin that was free to you. So this could be like a pin that you were gifted, a pin that you found, a pin, you know, however you want to do it. What do you consider your luckiest pin find?
This was the only pin I could think of that was free to me that hasn't like been gifted to me. Like I could have gone with a gifted because I have a ton of those. But this one came free with another purchase of another pin. It was just like thrown in. So I really love it because it's Kermit.
It's green.
And it's green. And it's Kermit. And it's perfect. And I love it. So this is the Kermit Vinylmation pin from 2008. And yeah, it's just... I guess this would have been in like maybe a Vinylmation mystery box type situation. I don't know. 2008. It's a long time ago. Maybe not.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. But I like it.
Wait,
and it was
how
free.
was it gifted to you?
It came in with another purchase from the flea market.
Oh, okay.
I picked out like 4 pins that I actually wanted, and they were like buy 4 get 1 free. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah.
So the pin that I have to share for this answer is quite a funny one. So the pin itself is not that
Unique.
fancy or unique, but it is this Marie Tsum Tsum pin. So this is from the series 2-pack. But I have a really cool story of how I acquired this pin. So we were walking through the what are those? What's that area called?
Like memorial stone.
Like the memorial.
They're not memorials
stones.
because they're not dead, but you know, like
Like what
the
are
one
they?
with all
Like,
the faces on them.
Not donations. The
Sponsors?
Like the sponsor walls. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, we could put a picture here of what they look like. But when you're walking into Epcot, so we were walking through those things, and I saw this little black pin bag on the ground. And normally if you see those kind of things, it's just trash that someone littered and like opened their thing and then just threw it on the ground, or it fell out, or things like that. But usually they're just trash, they're empty. So we were walking along between those things, and I saw one of those. I'm like, oh look, a black pin bag.
Yeah.
And someone in our family, I can't even remember who it was because it was our family day that time. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Anyway, one of the members of our party was like, oh, you should look and see if there's a pin in there. And I was like, no, like it's just trash. So I literally, and now I'm ashamed that I did this now, but I literally went over and like touched it with my shoe. Like, 'cause I'm like a germaphobe, and so I didn't want to touch the bag that was on the floor if there wasn't
a pin in it.
Yeah, so I just like poked it with my shoe, and then I was like, oh my gosh, there's a pin in it. Like, there's actually a pin in it. So, so I picked up the bag, and then I looked around to see if there was anybody that had a pin pack that had like fallen out of their pin pack. And there was one girl that was near the area, so I went up to her and I'm like, is this your pin that you dropped? And she's like, no. And so I was like, okay, like there was nobody else around. So I was like, all right, I guess this is a free mystery pin. And so I opened it and little Marie was inside. And at the time I was actually collecting this Tsum Tsum set, and I did not have Marie. So it was actually a pin that I didn't have for my collection that I found on the ground.
Very lucky break.
So this one definitely was my luckiest pin find.
Question 3, your pot of gold pin.
Should I say that with an accent?
Question 3, your pot of gold pin. That was so cheesy. I'm so sorry, anyone in Ireland that hates me now. Show a grail pin that you own. You guys probably know, if you've seen some of our vlogs, giraffes are my favorite animal. I'm kind of obsessed with them. There's a giraffe.
Oh my god.
There's a giraffe.
Where?
There's another one over there.
Stop bouncing the bridge.
So a while ago, Becca, Disney Kitty, did a pin mail where she opened some giraffe pins. And it totally blew my mind because I didn't know that there were like
that many
out there. So I've immediately started searching for giraffe pins for my collection. And I got this one
this is gorgeous.
Okay, so this is a 35th anniversary Walt Disney World pin from 2005, and it is a limited edition of a 2500, and it's pin 4 of 5, so I'm assuming there was like one for every park. This is the Animal Kingdom one, obviously. So we've got the Tree of Life in the background, and Goofy in some safari clothes with a camera, and a giraffe whose head moves up and down. And this pin is very thick. It's a pin on pin on pin with a moving element. It's it's a lot, but I absolutely love it. It's so perfect, and I'm so glad it's part of my collection now.
My grail pin that I'm going to share with you in this video is this Walt's Classic Collection. It's Snow White and the Prince, and they are dancing inside of this gorgeous blue frame, and it has a little film reel at the bottom. And so this one was from a series of pins that were released every month of the classic movies, of the classic films. And so on the back of this card it says, as a kid I had seen the story and liked it. The figures of the dwarves intrigued me. I thought it was a good plot and it had broad appeal. And that was from Walt Disney. So they put a little quote of what he thought or what his inspiration was for each of the films. So this one was definitely one of my grails for a few reasons. One, it's one of my favorite Disney couples, and two, more recently I have started a collection of the prints, so Snow White's prints. If you've seen our channel for a while, you know that I've collected Snow White for a long time now. But I wanted to start a collection of the prints and pins with the prints and Snow White together. And so this one is definitely one of my grails because I have wanted it for a while, and this one was really hard to find. I did purchase this pin, but this was the only one, and to this day the only one that I've been able to find of this pin. So this one is a limited edition of 2000, and then it has the signature of Walt Disney on the back. Another honorable mention that I wanted to make in this video was the other grail that I have in my collection that I have shown on the channel before, and yes, it's an Irish pin, but it is my Mickey and Minnie Irish step dancing pin, and it says St. Patrick's Day 2008 on it, and I absolutely love that pin. And one of our amazing subscribers actually said, oh, I just saw that pin available, and so I was able to get it through you guys, so thank you again for that. And yes, so I had to give it an honorable mention because it just fits this video so well. Question 4, the Emerald Isle. Share a green pin.
So this one is actually green and white, much like me today. Ha! Okay, no. But this is just an open edition Star Wars pin of the Rebel Alliance symbol in green with a white background. It's very green, so that's why I chose it for this question. Yeah, it was just an open edition rock pin from 2015. So, yeah.
The pin that I chose for this, now I do have quite a few green pins in my collection, but I wanted to pick one that was solid green, that was all green. And so this was the only pin that I could find that matched that. And it is this Hidden Mickey head pin from 2008, and this one was the second ever pin set that I ever completed. So it's Mickey's head that looks just like this, and then it has 5 different colorways. Red, so it's blue, his yellow face, and they're kind of like a retro design. But this one is 2 shades of green on this Mickey, and this one is pin 3 of 5 in the set. But this one is really special to me because I did trade for all of those in the parks way back when, and I was able to complete the set through trading. So I was very proud of this set. And yeah, he's an all green Mickey. So there's my pin for this question.
Question 5. Lift your glass. A pin with a beverage represented. This was literally all I could think of or find in my collection for this. So I have Mrs. Potts. This is the Mrs. Potts Vinylmation.
That's getting very creative.
To represent tea. That's
she
a
is
beverage.
a teapot.
She is a teapot, and she's got a tea chip is in one of the ears and a sugar bowl in the other. Some dishes down here. And I love it. What I love about this pin is like the head is her, and then the body has her like tray, her like wheelie cart tray thing that she wheels in on, and she's like, "Cheer up, child. It'll be all right in the end." And I really love that detail about it. So, yeah.
And we encourage you guys to get creative with these questions because some of them are a little more challenging.
Yeah.
So the pin that I have for this answer is another Hidden Mickey, and this one is an Ariel teacup. So this one's kind of cool because it actually has green on it too. But I have multiple of the pins in this set. I think I have 3 of the 6. So I'm still far from completing this set. But I do have Ariel, and this is obviously a teacup, so it represents tea. But this one is a Hidden Mickey from 2009, and this is pin 5 of 6. And then if you're saying, Hope, that doesn't really count because it doesn't have the beverage in it, then I also could show you this Hidden Mickey pin, which you have seen if you saw our my 2019 vision board pin video. We can link that right here. I showed this pin, but this one is like a tea or some kind of infused water tumbler, and you can actually see the beverage in the pin. So this one was a Hidden Mickey from, I can't read the year, 2011 I think, And then this one was pin 1 of 5 in a series. So there's that one as well. And the final question in this tag, question 6. An Irish jig, a pin with a dance or music represented.
My choice for this question is this gorgeous Disney auctions pin that is Belle dressed as a ballerina. So she's got her point shoes on and
this is an incredible
her yellow
pin.
dress. It's gorgeous. And this is a limited edition of 500 and it is a Disney auction exclusive and it's beautiful and I love it. And this is a newer pin to my collection too, so
and it's very big.
It
it's
is,
much bigger
yeah.
than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Now, the honorable mention pin that I shared earlier could technically qualify for this one because they are Irish dancing on the pin, but I decided to go a little bit more creative with this answer. I have shown quite a few dance-related pins on the channel in different videos, so I was trying to show a pin that I have not shown you guys yet. And so I'm going to share this one, and this is from the Disney Rewards 2017, and it is Snow White and Dopey, or the dwarves that are under Dopey, dancing the polka in their cottage. So this is actually a sliding pin, so they move back and forth across the floor, and they just look so happy they're dancing. And so this one is from 2017, and again, it was a Disney Movie Rewards pin. Or Disney Rewards. I think it might have been Visa, actually. The Disney Visa Rewards. So this one is kind of a little bit outside of the box, but I absolutely love it. And yeah, so that's my pin for this answer. So that is all of the pins that we are going to share with you in this tag. We had a lot of fun creating it. I did also want to mention that later in this month, I am going to be sharing with you my St. Patrick's Day pin collection. I've been waiting a few months to share this with you guys, but I thought that I would wait till March to share
St. Patrick's Day seems the perfect time.
Yes, so when we get closer to St. Patrick's Day, I will be sharing that with you, so stay tuned for that. And you might can get a sneak peek a little bit right there behind me. Now it's time to tag some people.
Woohoo! The first person that we would love to tag is our lovely friend Taryn from Twinkle Bell Taryn. We want to see your pins, girl.
Yes. The next person we are going to tag is Beth from the Collectioneers Club. Now, Beth, we know that you have an amazing pin collection, and we know that you also collect St. Patrick's Day pins, so I want to see your St. Patrick's Day pins in this tag.
We also want to tag Heather from the Disney Housewife. Heather, do this tag. It's going to be so much fun to see your pins. Can't wait to see what your answers are for these questions.
And the final person we're going to tag is Emily from Zippity Doo Disney. And Emily has an incredible pin collection and also does a lot of really good pin content, educational pin content on her channel. So if you have any questions about anything pin related, check out Emily's channel. And I think that wraps it up for us today. We are so excited for this month. We have a lot of exciting videos coming. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up.
And subscribe down below for more Disney magic and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any future uploads.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye!
Let's do an Irish jam. Do the seaweed song.
There is a yellow gold head on the Irish seaweed. There are two blunt ears on the Irish seaweed. I'm very confused. We'll go to Newry with the Irish seaweed. I would buy expensive shoes, said the Irish seaweed. The Irish seaweed has beautiful black shoes. The Irish seaweed has a beret and trousers. Why does he have a beret? I spent time telling her the story that I would buy a comb for her. The story she told back to me, that she is well groomed.
We love this song.
What did you bring from the land, says the Irish seaweed. Courting with your daughter, says the stately seaweed. You're not taking my daughter, says the Irish seaweed. Well, I'd take her with me, says the stately seaweed. Seaweed of the yellow cliff, seaweed of the mountain, seaweed from the sea, seaweed. What does that even mean?
I love it.
Drama in the seaweed community.